My name is Russell Scott at scottcarvings.com, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do the hand from my rough outs, or just anybody else's rough outs. Here I got a pattern for some hands. Now what I'm going to do here is this is the sample for this. I think it's a little too big, but I'm going to work with it. What I put up online will be more realistic. It's because her hand is on her hip. Now with my others here, I have a quicker version of it. Like here, the mermaid, what I really like the difference here between the rough on and the completed part is how you have to like drill holes or cut in. I like that when you got that opening there. That's really, I like that opening. Same with here with the opening. But the thing here is what I did with my original pattern before it was roughed out is I actually had the hair come across, and this is all covered. You can do that for this. You can leave it covered, or you can go all the way through like this. I just wanted to mention that. Now the hands and arms are a little larger because this is a little bit of caricature. She just simply has her hand flat on her thighs there. And then she's just grasping. I like them to have a little bit of length to them, because what happens is as you start cutting in between, you're going to snap these fingers off. I'm a little nervous about that. You probably can work a little harder at it, and I can work a little harder at this too. I'll try to make it a little more realistic. Now here is the thing that I've cheated. You don't see the thumb because the hand is like this and the thumb has kind of disappeared behind. Now the difference between this here is that she has got her finger up on her thigh. I don't know, every time I put my hand on my hip, the thumb goes back. And so that's what I've done here. The thumb is back. And you can do both. You could do either which way. You want to have the thumb up, thumb down, thumb back, pardon me. But let's get started. Like I said, we want to pencil in all the creases. I'll do this hand here. It's closest to me, so it's easier. And then I want to take my V-tool. And the hand is going to be kind of wide. The fingers are wide, so I'm going to give enough room for the width. And the wrist is going to really narrow out. Give as much, that little finger, again, baby finger. That's a good start. Now what's going to happen is that her sleeve is going to be pencil here. But it's going to be tight around the wrist. So it's still going to be tight around the wrist. Now the thing that we want to watch for, I agree a little bit on this, is the hand is tilted a little bit this way. We're going to do that. And the hand is tilted a little bit this way where the hand is bent. Put this in. Okay, like I said, the hand is going to be bent a little bit. And it's going to be in this angle a little bit more. Because it's actually... I think this is what the grain I'll end up cutting more off than I need to. So we're still bending. The hand a little bit this way. And then now the thing about this, the Wonder Woman here that I got, I'm not going to cut too much into that. What you're going to do is you're going to cut in, and see there's where the cape, and then still you're going to cut where the cape comes away from the arm. But I'm only interested in the hands right now. Everything else, especially with it being a shirt, you can still make the arm as perfect as possible. Now, one of the things I don't know if I've mentioned, but if you're interested, I'm going to have nude studies of these. If you're interested in the nude studies, I can show you where, I'll have it on my website and show you where you can, if you just want just the nudes, and you're going to study the human figure in the nude. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit, just taking the saw marks off, or the bit marks off there, just a little bit. Oops. Stop cut first. And then this is going to be open a little bit, just a little bit of undercut. All right, now they've got this thing pretty well shaped. Let's start putting the fingers in. And the fingers do separate a little bit. Let's put in and again, these fingers can be as large or as thin as you want. Like I said, thin, be careful. We'll start large and then we'll just thin them out as we go. V-tool. We'll start shallow, then deep, shallow, then deep, as they separate, shallow, then deep, as they separate. Pencil. Yeah. Here's how the fingers do kind of come together at a, not at a point, but it's sort of rounded. Now what I want to do here is this is going to come like this. Because the fingers, and then there's the hand. See, see this how it bends like this. For the hand. Same with the top is going to The wrist is going to be very narrow. Let's put the wrist in. Watch the direction of the wood grain. We'll figure that out later. Right now it looks like a paddle. Get the definition of the forefinger. Not definition, just where it stops. See, it hinges a little bit here to here. All right, when we get to cleaning up. Now, one of the things you have to know about cutting is you always want to you do not take off more than what is there. So in other words, I'm going to take a little at a time here. If what you have to take off is more than what you want to leave behind, you got to take it off in pieces. Take it in one cut, you may lose finger, eyelid. All right, cut here for the middle finger, separated from the ring finger. I do the ring. I'm going to cut away from the pinky a little bit than I am for the ring. I think the ring finger might be all right. The pinky needs a little more separation. I got to deal with some of the cut on her skirt here. Come back to the index in and then curve away. And now we're getting there. Since we got the pinky in, let's make some undercut. And again, as I've said before, you can, if you feel more comfortable with a chisel, what I'm doing here, so I guess that's a little better. There I had a more of a relaxed, or you can have a little more intense. Now, let's round the tips a little bit. And then after take the tips Then we'll put in the planes, the finger planes. Okay, I want to take my V tool and just come up a little bit. Well, not too much. I think that may have been too far. Just a little bit. That was a bit too far. I think I come down just a little bit. Because this is like this part right here. I may have gone too far on this one here. You know, let me put my razor back on here. I think that's what I need. Of course, my visor keeps bumping into the camera. That really doesn't help. It lengthens the fingers a little bit. They might be a little too long as it is, because that's the middle finger. Now what we're going to do is round this a little bit, round in shape. Don't take any of the planes off yet. I think there's some plane of the fingers. And get some of the pencil marks out of there. Now we want the planes. We're going to take the little tip down, finish putting a round on the tip on that. Then we got this part here, just a little scoop right there. Now we want it to be kind of softer than, I don't know if you've ever seen people do it really deep with their cowboys and Santas and stuff. But I don't want it to be as deep. Then you do the thing with the upper part. Mind the direction of the grain. Now we're getting there. Now it's a matter of shaping things. See if we can get a little closer here. Shaping and detailing. I think I can use a little bit of that middle finger. Then when we put the planes in, it looks like we took some of the roundness off and some of these fingers. Now I'm going to get in here. Can you see that? I'm trying to undercut so you can see the bending of the ring finger, if it's possible to get in there. Don't go too deep because it's going to be darn next to impossible getting that out of there. Unless you got even a sharper knife to get in there. Same with on this side. Let's get a little of that pinky out of there. I think a little more. mind the direction. Keep the carving in the camera. And that's what I'm now getting down to just trimming, and see, I'm going to round this a little bit. Put the roundness back in. Pinky, make the pinky still a little, need to make it a little more pinkier. There we go. There we go. Make these more rounded. Maybe a little bit of undercut, just a little bit if you can get in there. Bring it around. In the middle and index are still a little larger. There. And now it's a matter of rounding and smoothing and adjusting. Now if you want to have, I left a little bit of wood here for the thumb to come up. Because the thumb is going to be, let's go farther back, it's got to be farther back. There. You want to dig in there. But I want to try something. I might do that, I might not. But let's thin this out a little bit more. As the wrist gets thinner, the arm gets thinner as it gets close to the wrist. I think I'm going to choose not to do the thumb on this one. It is kind of difficult to get the thumb in. Let's get the wrist in. Or you can put just a little bit of a sliver there. I don't know, how can we work this? Might as well experiment here. I'm just going to give it a little. Because I got a lot of wood here. So I can experiment. If it doesn't work, I'll just say, eh. Stop cut. Actually, I'm not too pleased with it as is. I think I might need to do some more, as I would say, adjusting, fixing. It could be too far away from the hand is another problem. But if I get rid of this, no, I think it'll turn out all right. Actually, it's not bad. mind the direction. And of course, don't forget we got a belt underneath there. Round it just a little bit. Taking the pencil marks off. That's not too bad. And if we were to connect, yeah, I think we can connect it like right here, like this. There we go. That's more realistic. And of course, as we get deeper with this, I gotta be careful because I want to get rid of this because I almost put my knife right on that thumb to cut it right off. I think it's chisel time. I think it's chisel time. In fact, I got the, oops, I got a better one for that. Where is it? There we go. There we go. Not too shabby. Kind of glad I did experiment. Now the thumb is still a little too fat. And there's this bend here. To make it more realistic, just a little bit of a bend. There. There we go. And then this is, like I said, this is the best part, is to connect that hand to the thumb. And you know what? I think we still got enough wrist here to make it more believable. Yeah, mind the direction. Remember, I wanted this to be at an angle this way and there. There we go. Like, I'm going to stop right here because it's, like I said, it's a matter of picking and picking and grinning and however you want to finish it. Some wood carvers like to take that number 9 and some wood carvers like to take that number 9 and kind of do something like this in the rough. That's, yeah, it works also in the realistic too. Now I think the ring might be a little longer. But again, that gets back to adjusting and cleaning. Pinky might be, now if it's bent a little bit, as you bent a little bit, it doesn't, you know, when you have your hand flat like this, you see which fingers are short and by how much, but as you bend, it's not, you don't have to worry about it being too, one being much larger than the other, or longer, pardon me. They ought to be almost the same. Yeah, I'm just going to keep whittling and cleaning. So this one here is a different, so there's two different kinds. You want to do the easy the bailout version, or this thing a little more. That's it, and then of course there's the face again. Now as for the legs, I don't know what more to add because you just their feet. And now if they were bare feet, I would do a video, but the thing is there's no real any extra video that I need to add. I mean, I think that, in my opinion, that these two, this one and this one, are the easiest of the two as far as simple carving. Now here at the bottom I have like rocks, but here I wasn't sure what to. I was thinking on making cracked concrete, like she just landed or she just broke it. She has the strength to breaking it. This one here is probably, like I said, this is going to be the hardest part, is around here and cutting through here. Everything else is pretty easy except you know, you got the two hands, but everything, the rock, everything is pretty well easy after that. Same with this one here. Now what I've showed you as far as hands and face kind of would work with all of my cowboys and Santas and whatever, but I just wanted to kind of get you an example of how to do faces with my rough outs, and so I chose this one. A little easier because it's more straightforward. I could have done it with this one here. This one I think has, it may have a, no, the face is probably the same size. And here it comes around, and but there you are. Again, my name is Russell Scott, scottcarvings.com. Like I said, I got, if you're interested in the nude studies, let me know. I'll show you, or I can show you the diagrams for that. And also, like I said, I got this from daz3d.com. I'm not advertising it, just this is what I use, and it's, like I said, true two-dimensional, and it is free. So you can't beat that. And see you out there in the carving world. Adios.